In this session, we'll explore two high-impact topics in information security law, like cybercrimes and data breaches. These aren't just buzzwords. They represent real-world threats with serious legal and regulatory implications. As a security professional, you're expected to not only understand how to prevent these incidents, but also how to navigate the legal consequences when they happen. As a cybersecurity professional, you need to understand that cybercrime isn't just a technical issue, it's a legal one. Cybercrime refers to any illegal activity involving computers, networks, or digital systems. These acts can range from disruptive to destructive, and they often cross international borders, making legal enforcement complex and high stakes. Let's break down the most common types of cybercrimes you'll likely encounter. Hacking happens when someone gains unauthorized access to a system. When you allow weak configurations, unpatched systems, or poor access controls, you open the door for hackers to exploit vulnerabilities and cause real damage. Malware distribution includes the release of malicious software like viruses, ransomware, or spyware. You may deal with malware planted through phishing emails, compromised websites, or malicious downloads, tools that attackers use to take control, steal data, or demand ransom. Identity theft occurs when attackers steal personal or financial information. As a security professional, you must protect sensitive data like social security numbers, banking details, or login credentials that could be used to impersonate someone or commit fraud. Denial of service attacks are designed to disrupt the availability of a system. These attacks flood your network or servers with traffic, making your services unavailable. You must have strategies in place to detect and mitigate such disruptions before they impact operations. Cyberstalking, fraud, and phishing are social engineering-based crimes that manipulate people rather than systems. You'll need to help build awareness, training, and controls that reduce the success rate of these human-focused attacks. From a legal perspective, cybercrimes like these may violate national criminal laws, international treaties, and industry regulations. You're not just defending systems, you're upholding legal standards. For example, in the U.S., the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, CFAA, makes it a federal crime to access protected systems without authorization. This law and others like it form the backbone of cybercrime enforcement. Cybercrime is evolving rapidly, and your ability to understand, detect, and prevent it is crucial, not just for protecting systems, but for upholding trust, legal compliance, and global security. Stay alert, stay compliant, and stay ahead. As a cybersecurity professional, you must understand that a data breach isn't just a technical failure. It's a legal, reputational, and operational crisis. A data breach occurs when sensitive information is accessed, acquired, disclosed, or destroyed without proper authorization. And yes, it can happen faster and easier than you think. Let's look at the common causes so you know where to stay vigilant. Insider threats come from individuals within your organization, employees, contractors, or partners, who either intentionally or accidentally compromise sensitive data. Your role is to build monitoring, access control, and awareness systems that reduce insider risk while balancing trust. Misconfigurations are among the most overlooked but dangerous vulnerabilities. A misconfigured firewall, cloud storage bucket, or database can silently expose massive amounts of data to the public internet. You need to adopt configuration management, conduct regular audits, and enforce secure defaults. Stolen credentials are a favored entry point for attackers. If someone steals valid login information, especially with privileged access, they can move through systems undetected. Your job is to enforce strong authentication, implement phishing-resistant MFA, and regularly monitor for credential leaks. Poorly secured cloud environments are increasingly the source of data breaches. Without proper controls, your cloud storage, compute, and SaaS tools become entry points for threat actors. You must secure APIs, review access controls, and understand your shared responsibility model with cloud providers. Keep in mind that many jurisdictions require breach notification, and the deadlines are strict. Under GDPR, you're required to notify authorities within 72 hours. Under High PAA, you must report breaches to the HHS and notify affected individuals. Missing these deadlines can trigger regulatory investigations, lawsuits, and significant fines. You can't afford to treat data breaches as just another IT issue. You are responsible for building systems that protect sensitive data, detecting threats early, and responding in a way that limits damage. The cost of inaction isn't just technical, it's legal, financial, and reputational. Be proactive, be accountable, and always be breach ready. As a cybersecurity leader, you need to understand that cybercrime isn't just a technical or operational issue. It's a legal battlefield. When cyber incidents occur, enforcement and accountability depend on legal frameworks that define what counts as a crime and how it's prosecuted across borders. Let's walk through a few of the most important legal instruments you should know. The Budapest Convention on Cybercrime is the first and most influential international treaty focused on addressing cybercrime. If your organization operates globally, this treaty sets the groundwork for how countries cooperate on investigations, share evidence, and align their definitions of digital offenses. You need to be aware of how your country participates, or doesn't, in this treaty. In the United States, the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, CFAA, criminalizes unauthorized access to protected computer systems. If your systems are breached or misused, this law often forms the basis for federal prosecution. As someone in charge of information security, you must understand what actions could fall under this law and how your organization might use it, or be held accountable under it. The Cybersecurity Law of China places specific obligations on companies operating within or doing business with China. It covers areas like data localization, critical infrastructure protection, and government access. If your operations touch Chinese data or networks, you must work closely with legal counsel to ensure you meet these strict requirements. The EU Cybercrime Center, EC3, works as a hub for law enforcement coordination across EU member states. If you're working with EU data or clients, understanding EC3's role can help you better prepare for incident reporting, evidence preservation, and threat intelligence sharing in that region. No matter where you operate, jurisdictional exposure matters. You can't apply a one-size-fits-all strategy when it comes to legal risk. Your job is to know which laws apply to your organization, your users, and your data, especially when you operate across international boundaries. You're not just defending systems. You're operating in a world of digital law and cross-border accountability. Understanding the legal frameworks that govern cybercrime empowers you to make smarter decisions, respond to incidents more effectively, and protect your organization from legal and regulatory fallout. As a security leader, you're not expected to argue cases in court, but you are expected to understand the legal terrain of cybersecurity. Your role sits at the intersection of technology, risk, and responsibility. When a breach occurs or a threat surfaces, your actions can make the difference between swift recovery and legal disaster. You need to recognize the legal implications of security incidents. Every breach or compromise may trigger legal requirements, ranging from breach notification to contractual obligations. Your awareness helps ensure that your organization stays on the right side of the law, even under pressure. You're expected to work closely with legal and compliance teams. You bring the technical insight, while they bring the legal lens. Together, you create a response that is both defensible and aligned with regulatory expectations. Building this relationship in advance, not during a crisis, is critical. You must understand what constitutes a reportable event. Not every incident requires external disclosure, but many do. Whether it's GDPR, HIPAA, or another standard, knowing what triggers mandatory reporting helps you avoid non-compliance and costly penalties. You should document your actions thoroughly. During or after an incident, your logs, tickets, playbooks, and communication records become legal evidence. If regulators or courts get involved, well-documented processes show that you acted responsibly, systematically, and in good faith. In the heat of a breach, your response plan, logging infrastructure, and cooperation with legal counsel become your best tools. These not only guide your immediate response, but also protect your organization from extended legal or reputational harm. Your CISSP or GISP certification isn't just about technical skill. It's about leadership, accountability, and trust. When legal consequences hang in the balance, you are expected to act with clarity, precision, and confidence. So, stay informed, stay connected with your legal team, and make sure your actions can stand up to scrutiny, because in cybersecurity, what you do and how well you document it matters. So, what's your leadership takeaway? Cybercrimes and data breaches are not just technical events. They are legal liabilities. Your job is to bridge the gap between technology and compliance and help your organization respond with accountability, transparency, and speed. Remember, prevention is ideal, but preparation is essential.